First off, can I say, why do these never match up when I do a cat eye? Look at it. Look at it. So first up, I'm going to show you the books that I bought, and then I'm going to show you the books that I got out from the library. The first book I bought was such a disappointment. Okay, some of you might get what this is. This is Anne of the Island. Can we just say, oh, so freaking beautiful. But Anne of the Island by L.M. Montgomery. Now some people might take the word Anne and the author and realise what this is. This is out of the Anne of Green Gables freaking series. I have Anne of Green Gables. Here it is here. I transported it from Essex to Birmingham so that I could read it because I really wanted to, and someone commented on one of my videos and said, you remind me of from Anne of Green Gables. So I was like, oh, I'll read that. This is part of the series. It did not say this. I got it off the website and I read the back and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, the little description. And they didn't say anything in the description of it being part of the series or anything, which really annoys me. And then you turn it there and you see what number it is. 3. So that means I have to read this book and 2 other books before I can even start this, which is really annoying, and I don't want to read it like out of the series. I then got Anne Bronte's The Tenant of Windfell Hall. Now this is part of the Vintage Classics. It's really beautiful. It's kind of a pocket size, which it didn't really say in the description of it, but there's a normal book and you can see it's a lot smaller, a lot more like compact, which I kind of like. This is about a woman called Helen who becomes a tenant of Windfell Hall. And it's a bit like, you know the film Snakes on the Plane where you're like, oh, it's so obvious, like, oh, okay, don't even try. And then there's this man who kind of becomes a bit interested in her and she's very mysterious, and it's about that. I'll show you like the whole book. The quote on the back is, will you let me take our child and what remains of my fortune and go. And then the inside they seem to have like weeds in a pot, which is nice. I got 5 books out from the library, and this year I really want to use my university library because 1, it's going to save me money on books, and 2, it's always good to, you know, make use of the resource of the library. So let's get straight into it. The first book I've actually started reading, this is Trainspotting by Irvine Welsh. Very famous book. It's basically about a load of drug addicts in Scotland, and it's about them, and we follow the main character Mark, and everything is told from his perspective. The one thing I will say about this book, which is very interesting, is it's written in a Scottish accent. So it will have, like, throughout it, just lines which are like, gonna fly off my shoulders onto the lap. So that's really difficult for someone who's dyslexic. I'm like, it's like reading bloody Shakespeare, but about junkies. It's very odd. Next is something that I'm actually going to purchase. This is Halloween, Vintage Holiday Graphics, edited by Jim Heineman. And this is a picture book just full of Halloween graphics. As I write short stories, I like to be kind of inspired by pictures. It's got loads of pictures of kids dressed up and different stuff, but I like to be inspired by pictures to write my short stories, and I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic for that. It's gorgeous, you'll see on the back. It's a really cool book, but I will talk about that in my, like, what I've been reading. I then picked up a graphic novel. This is by Ottavania and Myrick, and this is called Fire and Men. Here you go. It's about Richard P. Feynman, who was a great personality at the 20th century. He also won the Nobel Prize. He was a Nobel Prize winning physicist, and it's all about his life and different things about him. Now, I've read graphic memoirs, but I've never read something written about someone and they haven't been involved within the writing of it. So that would be interesting to read it. The art style, as you can see, is very kind of plain, very what I would call kind of computer generated, not a lot of great detail in that, but I'm still interested to read this. And then last but not least, how predictable, an Arthur Miller play, didn't I? I got Resurrection Blues, which is about, it's kind of difficult. It's a South American banana republic. A revolution is brewing, so the head of that, the revolution, is going to be crucified. Okay, so we got that, so that's kind of sounds very like a religious element. You then got a American film company that are going to film the crucifixion. So it's kind of like, I think, putting the idea and concept of Jesus within modern day. That's what I take from it. It sounds very Arthur Miller if you do it like that. I love Arthur Miller. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And that's it. That's all the books. Also, do you like my necklace? Does anyone know what this is from? It's that, and then you turn it over and it says Forever in Paris, and it's got a little place for like a key on it. It's from the film Anastasia, and I don't even remember where I got it from or who got it for me or anything about it. It's just a little mysterious thing that turned up a few years ago, and I really like it. Also, I don't think I've said goodbye. Oh, okay. Bye.